You might be surprised, or perhaps not surprised, to learn that pollution around us increases our risk of being overweight and of getting conditions like type 2 diabetes. In fact, some studies are now calling it a catalyst for obesity, meaning it speeds up the process. One study of 700 pregnant women found that those with higher levels of pollutants in their body from the environment around them, like air pollution, had children with 2.5 times more fat mass than those who were not around pollutants. There are also chemicals called EDCs, or endocrine disrupting chemicals like BPA, often found in various products like plastics and cosmetics. These act like synthetic hormones on our cells and can cause a range of health concerns. There are now a range of EDCs called obesogens because we know they can lead to obesity. Substances like these EDCs, like nitrogen oxides, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, and many others have profound biological effects on how our hormones work. They can cause inflammation in our bodies and disrupt normal cell function. Some also theorize that when we cannot get rid of the pollutants fast enough, the body intentionally stores them in our fat, because that is where it'll do the least damage. That's where it's buffered. So what can we do about it? Well, the obvious answer is to try and minimize our exposure where possible. And it may help. But there are actually no studies I can find to show that avoiding exposures will have major effects on your weight loss. There is actually a little bit of evidence to show that when we start to lose weight, that we release these stored pollutants from our body fat stores into our blood. And this is really interesting because there was a fear that when the body releases these fat stores of pollutants, that will cause lots of diseases. But in fact, this study showed the opposite, because our body actually produces lots of natural antioxidants at the same time and then excretes the pollutants, which enhanced heart health and reduce oxidative stress and inflammation. So once again, as always, our bodies are awesome. Avoiding these pollutants is easier in some ways, like buying safe cosmetic products, not using plastic bottles or other containers, and staying away from air pollution like traffic. Sometimes though, this can be tough in today's world where lots of areas and things are exposed. If you cannot change some situations, then I don't want you to become frantic or worried about it. That will not help your weight loss journey or your health. Do what you can, but still live your life. Fortunately, various health bodies are pushing governments to ban these, and for some it is slowly working. In 2001, the Stockholm Convention was an international agreement to remove a lot of those chemicals. Sadly, the United States of America was one of the few countries to not accept this, but most other countries have. So there is still a lot of work to be done. So in the meantime, find that sensible space where we can be cautious about them and avoid what you can, but not becoming overwhelmed by the process.